Yo, what's good? Got a quick weekly recap today. Uh, Took two trades this week, down 1%. Took one break even and then one loss. So I'll just go over them really quick. So this was the first trade that I took. This was on a no news Monday, so that is something to note. But just brief description: we took out the London highs right at market open, looking for a 5-minute confirmation to the downside. We didn't get that until we broke structure all the way down until here. Because of the 30-minute closure, looking for a retracement or 1-minute confluence. And we do a retrace into these 1 minute fair value gap, which is a box here. And then boom, enter bearish after, enter short after the closure below the fair value gap, because 1 minute was maintaining bearish structure, 5 minute was still in bearish structure, so everything was like in structure. So didn't look for a 1 minute break of structure again, just entered off the closure, like the respect of the fair value gap, entered short off of that, stop loss above this high, target the fair value gap just for like a 1.25 as my first take profit, and then the final target would have been the London low. Yeah, this trade didn't exactly work out. Came back into drawdown, stayed in drawdown for quite a bit, and then yeah, stopped out. After getting stopped out, I saw this, and then I saw it go all the way back down to break even, and I was low-key kind of losing my mind, bro. I was getting like tweaked out, and I was like getting annoyed and everything like that. And yeah, so like the reason I feel like this trade had more of an emotional effect on me was, one, because I didn't really take any trades last week, and also like I was only like up like 0.1% or minus 0.1%. So because of that, I felt like I wasn't really making progress on the front end. I feel like I wasn't actually being a trader, but being a trader doesn't mean actually taking trades. It's just being an observer, being patient for stuff, being a good trader means being a good trader doesn't mean you're like a trader. You're not going into the market actively trying to trade. You're just like observing the markets, looking to find, like, you're an observer. I'm not a prophet yet, so maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel like that's what my mindset was like when I was doing good. Now I just feel like I'm kind of falling, like I'm not like the same, and that's just like, that's all on me. I gotta like freaking, I don't even know. I feel like the setups don't come like to me anymore. Like it's a way less frequency of finding a setup, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's me, but I don't know. I'm kind of low-key thinking of like switching strategies or something, but I don't know. It's been quite a bit of time, so maybe I should switch. And people might think I'm retarded for keeping the same strategy for so long, but I feel like people say don't change it, but I don't even know. But yeah, so this was like the loss. What could I improve? Just reduce the attachment. Like going into my main issue with this week was just, I think I wrote it down. The main issue with this week was just me going into market open, having the hope to take a trade. I just have to reduce the expectations that I have and not like hope that I'll be able to take a win. Like even if I do find a good setup, I can't have the hope that I'll win. Like this was a good setup, it looked very good, and because of that I was having the hope in the back of my mind that I'll be able to win, but I can't be expecting to win. I can't be expecting, like, I can't have a bias towards one side because anything can happen. I have to be comfortable with anything happening. So that's kind of like one main thing that I did. Next was, yeah, expectation to win, and then yeah, but I can't like attach myself to a certain outcome, because if I was to attach myself to a certain outcome, that would be me like predicting what everyone is trying to do in the markets, and that's just like retarded, bro. Like you can't do that. Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know. But like that's just like dumb. You can't predict what all these people are thinking. Like everyone has their own definition of high, everyone has their own definition of low. So for me to think that I know where the market wants to go confident and like expect that it'll do that without having any like emotional flexibility, that's just kind of dumb of me. So that's something I need to definitely look at. I feel like it's something I already know how to do. It's just like now with university starting and everything, all these emotions are getting amplified, and it's kind of getting like, it's getting built up, because I really want to make this shit work, and I don't want to go to university. And now that I am in university, I really want this shit to work out even more, and it's causing me to get into my head a little bit. It's causing all these emotions to get like, just like amplified, So I don't know if there's any other word, but yeah. Next trade was UPUSD. This was Tuesday. Yeah, so this was the day after this one. This was no news Monday. This was no news Tuesday, I believe. I don't know what happened here. There was just some red folder that spawned out randomly, and I actually ended up getting stopped at break even because, like, wait, let me just go over the reasoning of why I took the trade. So started up by taking out the London lows right before NY open, and we pushed into the Asian lows right at NY open. So at this point I was looking for a confirmation on the 5 minute to the upside. We did invert this 5 minute fair value gap here. However, this was like right at market open. This was like 6:05, 6:15ish, and ideally don't really want to be trading like first 20 minutes of market open. I feel like most of my losses, like, they used to come from that time, so I just cut off all trades before 6:20. So now I look at like 625, and I also saw the TGR video of him saying like he don't trade like first 20 minutes, first 50 minutes, because then you just like freaking liquidity, right? But anyways, what I'm trying to freaking say is that I was waiting out until like 620 or 625. We ended up pushing past that low, and then boom, we have a 5-minute breaker structure to the upside. Now, I was looking for continuation because we did have the 30-minute closure below London low and Asian low. So with that, we retraced into 5-minute equilibrium here. We formed this high with the 5-minute candle in breaking structure here, and then we came back down into 5-minute equilibrium, and then showed 1-minute bullish structure, and we also inversed this gap. I was kind of waiting for this gap to get inverse, and we did that with that candle. So I entered long off that, stop loss below here and below the take on like liquidity, I guess, and then take profit was at this fair value gap. Now, because like recently, I feel like, I don't know if I'm overreacting, but fair value gaps been like, they've been respecting, like holding up, right? Like we literally did that here, and maybe this was the wrong decision for me mentally, but I feel like I was right, and like I don't know, but maybe this isn't the right thing to do. But I kept an alert here, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna move to break even at this point. Now, if I knew that this was a high reversal point, right, I probably should have taken like profit there or something, or I should have just like made the trade so that it has a good RR at that point. But I thought I was being like the market makers, and I was like, I'm gonna move to break even, and then when it hits take profit here, I'm gonna just take like half profits there, because the risk reward was kind of cool. This was like a 0.8 R, this was a 1.2, and I don't want to take negative R, right? Like partials. So in that case, I should have kept my stop loss below this equilibrium, right? I didn't think of that at the time. I should have kept my stop loss below this equilibrium, because if the equilibrium is right, the trade shouldn't be pushing below the equilibrium low. Kept my stop here, kept a good RR here, so this would be like 1.25 if I shortened this stop loss, kept the RR pretty, like closer. Boom, would have hit like 50% on that. That would have been a good gain, and then would have gone stopped out of break even. Now, because I didn't take any profit on this part when it hit, and I got stopped out of break even right after, right? Then when price moved all the way back up to where it was, do you know how much like I was tweaking, bro? I was not emotionally locked in, and that just goes to show I'm still not like emotionally like, I'm still like, I still get emotional. Like I didn't act on my emotion. That's the important thing. I didn't act on emotion. I could have easily just entered like, yo, I'm gonna go long here, but I was able to control myself with just like progress. But I know for a fact, bro, I know for a fact, like the like 4 or 5 months ago, I would have entered like, I would enter like that, you know, or not, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I was doing good, bro. It's already been 4 or 5 months. Like, see, time is going, bro. Time is going. That's why I'm getting like stressed, you know. Time is moving, and like the only thing I can control is my effort. But I feel like I'm putting in good effort, but it's like maybe I'm not, bro. I don't know. It's all relative, bro. But yeah, well, we got up here, then I didn't, I was low-key losing my mind, seeing price go up here. The main thing with this, I just wanted to know that, I wanted to think that I was right, you know. I wanted to think like, oh, I made the right decision, oh, I made like the right readings. I'm like, I know I knew what I need to do. But when I saw a price come back here, I was like, yo, did I make the wrong decision? And I was like, yo, I hope this doesn't work out now. And then you know, it did end up not working out, because there was this news, and I was like kind of like lucky that I wasn't in during this, because like bad things could have happened. But yeah, I think that's like pretty much that trade. So the main thing to like learn from this for this week is just not to go into the market like having the expectation. And just for this trade specifically, like if I had my stop loss closer to equilibrium, because usually price, like if the equilibrium is valid, price probably shouldn't be pushing below the low that formed the equilibrium. So kept my stop loss tighter between here, kept take profit around here. Would have hit take profit, been able to take some partials, and then I wouldn't have to go on the emotional roller coaster that I went on. For the rest of the week, because these two trades were in like the first 2 days, and then we also had CPI and PPI, on Friday I was kind of getting a bit anxious to take a trade, because I kind of wanted to go break even on the week. And that just goes, like, I can't have the expectation to be able to like do it. Like I have to go into the markets expecting to not trade. Like I have to go into the markets like thinking like, yo, I'm not going to be trading, like as if it's like a high impact news, because on high impact news I don't have any expectation to trade. So if I just go into the day thinking of like, oh, there's high impact news, then I won't, like, I'll be level headed, you know. So yeah, that's pretty, but I'm burping so much, but that's pretty much it for this week. If you haven't tapped into the weekly vlogs that I'm making, also go onto the TikTok, because I'm making day in the life every day. So yeah, I'll see you on Monday. But yeah, goodbye.